We begin tonight as each of the 6 officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray have been indicted by a grand jury in Baltimore. State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby making that announcement late today. The charges handed down to the so-called Baltimore 6 by the grand jury, they are similar to the charges filed by Mosby. RT correspondent Anya Parampil is live in the D.C. newsroom now with the very latest on this. So what do we know?
Well, Ben, as you said, late this evening, a Baltimore grand jury indicted all 6 of the officers involved in the death of Freddie Gray. Of course, Gray died on April 19th of spinal injuries he sustained while in police custody, injuries that resulted in the severing of 80% of his spine. Now, the indictments generally mirrored the charges brought by the office of the city-state's attorney, Marilyn Mosby, 3 weeks ago, particularly when it comes to the most serious charges. Those are the charges faced by the driver of the van which transported Gray, Cesar Goodson. He's been indicted on that charge of second-degree depraved heart murder, which carries a possible sentence of 30 years. Now, keep in mind that Goodson, again, the driver, was the only officer charged with any type of outright murder. The second most extreme charges, which were faced by 4 officers, that is the charge of involuntary manslaughter, were also backed up by this grand jury. The assault charges brought against all 6 of the officers also still stand after the grand jury's decision today, as did the charges of misconduct while in office. The charges of false imprisonment, however, which faced 3 of the officers, were not returned. This charge was interesting, Ben, because it symbolized Mosby's position that the actual arrest of Gray to begin with was illegal. That was a claim she made in the initial press conference she held on May 1st, announcing the charges. Again, however, that charge was not returned by the grand jury this evening. Mosby announced the indictments at a press conference this evening and left without taking any questions from reporters, saying that the officers are scheduled to be arraigned on July 2nd. And of course, all of us here at RT will be keeping a close eye on this story as it develops. In the RT newsroom, this is Anya Parampil, RT.